Let's party.
In cities around the world, taxis are the lifeblood of urban transportation. But a revolution is on the way. Self-driving taxis are no longer a distant dream. They are now a reality. So the question is, how soon will they replace human drivers? And what does it mean for millions whose source of livelihood is through driving? Some of the cars on the road sit at around level 2 or level 3. So the big question is, how far are we from level 5, where cars can handle everything on its own? And how safe will our roads become? Tech giants and automakers are racing to perfect autonomous driving. The EV giant Tesla unveiled their Tesla Cybercar in November 2024 with a plan to roll out their self-driving taxi in 2026. While Waymo, owned by Alphabet Incorporation, is already running their self-driving taxi services in some US cities. To better understand this technology, I've decided to visit one of the major cities in America, where one of the major players, Waymo, has been testing out and also rolled out their self-driving taxi. So today I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, to actually go on the Waymo self-driving taxi. I think it's pretty easy to book the self-driving taxi on the Waymo app. So today I'll be taking a 13-kilometer trip from downtown Phoenix to downtown Tempe. It's about 13 kilometers, so our ride will soon be arriving. Let's wait. Voila. Then here comes our ride. Waymo has been able to roll out fleets of self-driving taxis in some cities, and it is interestingly to know that it's already on the roads in places like Phoenix, Arizona, San Francisco, and the next one is being rolled out in the street of Los Angeles and also in Austin, Texas. But the funny thing is, progress isn't without challenges. As you all know, self-driving taxis must be able to navigate bad weather like snow or even heavy rain. And also there are some complex urban environments with unpredictable pedestrian, and also you have something like ethical dilemmas like how to handle unavoidable accidents. And that's why you see loads of sensors around the taxi. You have sensors like the LiDAR, the radar, camera, parking sensors, and so on. These sensors allow the car to be able to see its surroundings in 3D, and also combined with artificial intelligence, they are able to make split-second decisions. Unlike humans, they don't get distracted or fatigued. Individually, these sensors have the strength, they have their strengths and also they have their weaknesses. For instance, some of the sensors can see in the dark, while some cannot see. So, in order for them to make a good judgment, input from individual sensor is fused and also a decision is made in a split second. Interestingly, the LiDAR, which is fitted on top of the roof, can detect objects which is about 3 football fields away and can even send millions of laser beams per second out into the objects to build a detailed picture of the environment. The 360-degree rotation on the LiDAR is also used to determine how far the objects are, and also the speed while the cameras detect things like visual information like traffic light. Even with cutting-edge artificial intelligence, there are still some setbacks, raising concern about safety and liability. So the question I've always been asking is, if a self-driving taxi is involved in an accident, then who becomes liable? It's quite easy for hailing companies to be liable if their self-driving taxi is involved in an accident. But the question is, if a personal self-driving taxi or a personal self-driving car is involved in an accident, then who becomes liable? There has been public outcry about its safety, and interestingly, Waymo has done over 20 million miles of real-world driving, which is equivalent to driving to the moon and back 40 times. They even looked at fatalities on roads in Arizona over the last years, and they resimulated the crashes. With Waymo taxis and each one of the simulations, the crashes were prevented. Again, one of the world's leading reinsurance, Swiss research, shows that Waymo self-driving taxis are very safe, with over 3.8 million miles in San Francisco and Phoenix, with a lower rate of injury claims when you're comparing that to human drivers. Autonomous vehicles are evolving rapidly, there's no doubt about that, but reaching a full-scale adoption might take decades. The technology is here, but the real-world implementation is the tricky part. Also, regulations and infrastructure need to catch up, and again, our roads and cities are not fully ready for a mix of human and autonomous driving. We've come to the end of our trip here today. Another challenge is the public acceptance. To understand how some people feel about this technology, I decided to ask a willing pedestrian some questions about his opinion and acceptance of self-driving taxis. So have you taken any of the Waymo self-driving taxis?
I have.
And what do you feel about them?
So to be honest, they're pretty smooth when you ride them. Honestly, not really like it's just a new experience, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you go on like a major road that's like, we're going 45 plus miles per hour. It's like, damn, like nobody's driving this car, you know what I'm saying?
So
but
you feel very safe riding with them?
For the most part, they're safe, you know what I'm saying? I know, like, you know, it's becoming a big company, Waymo's becoming a big company, so I know I'll be taken care of it.
There is diverse public opinion, especially when one of the self-driving taxis hit and dragged the pedestrian in San Francisco, raising public outcry on safety.
According to police, a black sedan struck a woman crossing the street at 5th and Market on Monday night. Immediately after that collision, an empty cruise car in the lane beside the sedan hit the same person.
One crucial thing is that the transition to self-driving taxis will bring both technological, ethical, and social challenges. How soon will self-driving taxi replace human drivers? The reality is it's unlikely we'll see a total takeover in the next 10 or even 20 years. Instead, we'll experience a gradual shift, starting with autonomous taxis in select areas, then freight trucks on highways, and eventually personal cars. Experts predict that by 2040, a significant portion of vehicles could be self-driving, but for now, human drivers are here to stay. The impact of self-driving taxis goes beyond convenience. Imagine lesser road traffic and fewer accidents, and also accessible transportation to those who cannot drive. But as we move towards the future, we need to address job displacement, cybersecurity risk, and ethical concerns. So I decided to visit another city in the US where another tech company has been testing out their self-driving taxi. Although, as at the time of recording this video, the company is only testing out their self-driving taxi within 1 mile loop around the company's headquarters. Welcome to Las Vegas.
Why do they doubt the kid? I'm about to prove them all wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is. It's me. You waiting on the boy to fail, then hold your breath and face your death. Cause you play a roulette with each step I progress, no less. Go ahead and place your bets, cause we know what we
Zoox is a subsidiary of Amazon, which is an autonomous driving company based here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And since 2019, the tech company has been pioneering the development and testing of self-driving taxi with a focus on creating a bi-directional, purpose-built autonomous driving taxi, which has been developed from ground up for autonomous operations. One of the unique things about Zoox compared to other self-driving taxis like the Waymo, Tesla Cybercab, and even Cruise is the design. It's a bi-directional vehicle that is designed to move equally in both directions, eliminating the need for traditional turning. However, passengers will have to sit throughout the entire trip facing one another.
Welcome to a self-driving car. I like to ask people, what are your first impressions in the vehicle?
It's comfortable.
Good. Yeah, we like to hear that. So the vehicle itself is designed to be compact, really, so it's easily maneuverable, especially in cities. But because you don't need to drive, we do the driving, there's a lot of extra space now to just be sitting comfortable, right? There's no steering wheel, you don't have to worry about pedals like brake and accelerate. And yeah, for your bags, for example. Let me know what questions you might have.
I love the design actually. Well, one caveat is, sometimes staring at people's eyes. If you're in a taxi like this with a total stranger, I like the design everything because the car can actually eliminate the need for traditional turning in conventional cars. But in cases where I'm sitting next to someone I don't know, staring at people's eyes can be sometimes you don't just want to be staring at.
Yeah, it could be awkward, like you're on a metro.
Yeah,
or
you're forced to be staring on your phone, or you just look away, which is sometimes could be inconvenient.
The good thing is you can control. If you just want the ride for yourself, you can get one just for yourself. You'll never be forced to take a ride with a stranger, but if you wanted to, we would have that option, just like Uber or Lyft would.
Okay, my final question, who becomes liable for hailing companies like Waymo or for Cruise, Cruise and Zoox? If an accident happens, you know who is liable, the company is liable, but do you think who is going to be liable in personal self-driving cars when an accident happens? Who do you responsible?
So, while I can't answer that directly, what I can say is just that safety is paramount for us, and we believe with all of our safety innovations, there will be less crashes, less incidents where anybody would be liable. And so the idea would be, we just want to get you to your destination as safely as possible.
Give it to me.
Self-driving cars hold incredible potential, but the road to a full adoption is a long and complex one. So, what do you think? Are you willing to hand over the wheel, or you trust yourself more than a computer? Let me know what you think in the comment section.